Oh man, let's do this again. Let's get back in and have some fun here. We're gonna head right over here. And hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be in your part of the world. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is June 19th, 2026. We're going to write a little bit of code today. We're going to talk a little bit of tech. We've got our friends from Gunnar with us today. Thanks so much to all of you out there that are tuned in, watching on the Gunnar channels, whether it's Instagram, or it's Facebook, it's Twitter, it's X, it's friend feed, friend feed, right? Is that still a thing? I don't think it is a thing, but thank you so much, everybody out there tuning in. Really appreciate you joining us. I did a little bit of streaming earlier today. We're going to continue on some of those topics and continue through. I am in the States. I am just outside of Philadelphia, and we're going to be we're going to be supporting our American side as they have a match this afternoon with the Socceroos from Australia in the World Cup. It's World Cup Friday here, June 19th, in this FIFA World Cup 2026. I'm excited about it. After the way the Americans defeated Paraguay in the first match last week, 4-1. I'm really excited to see what they do against the Socceroos from Australia. Australia had a good match as well against Turkey, but I'm interested to see how it goes. They're going to be playing in Seattle, coming up at noon local time, 3 p.m. on the East Coast of the States, and what is that? 7 p.m., 8 p.m. UTC time. So a little bit in the evening, a primetime matchup for those of you in Europe watching. And that match with Scotland is going to be just a little bit later in the evening for you. And yeah, I hope you got a little bit of caffeine running, or you're taking a nap through the American match so you can stay up to watch the Scots playing a little bit later today against who are they playing? Who are the Scots playing? Gosh, I just had the list of matches up here in front of me. They are playing Morocco. Yes, Scotland's playing Morocco. Brazil's playing Haiti at 8:30 local time. They're actually playing here in Philadelphia, where I am. And then the late match this evening at 11 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. local time on the West Coast. The Turkey versus Paraguay, they're playing in San Francisco. So lots going on with the World Cup. It's so exciting. Even if you're not a soccer fan, if you're not a football fan, to see all of this competition and to see the joy that folks are having with the competition, with how this is going, has just been tremendous. And we're really, really enjoying all of the sport that's going on here in North America, whether it's in Canada, it's in the States, it's in Mexico. It's just been tremendous to be a part of and watch. Be a part of, like I've been just hanging out watching this. I don't know. Let me head over. Let me show you some of the code that we've been working on. There's a couple of neat things that are fun, that are happening out there, that we've been building and doing some more with. The first is something called Streamer Map. And Streamer Map, let me head over there and show you what this looks like. Streamer Map is right here. This runs at streamermap.live. I'll take you to the front page of it, and then we'll come back to this. It's a site that will capture and show locations that folks share in chat. Now, for my channel, this is only wired up to my Twitch channel. So if you're in my Twitch channel, right, this isn't going to work on YouTube. Sorry. You can type exclamation point map and then a location. I'm in Philadelphia, so I'll say exclamation point map Philly. And if we go back to my map, you'll see it places a pin right there in Philadelphia. Now, I've turned on a feature that uses my subscriber pin. So if you're a subscriber, you get the subscriber badge placed as the location pin on the map. And I've got several different themes for the different maps you can use. I really like this nighttime map where you can see the lights where all the big cities are throughout the world, right? You can really see. Look at how bright it is in Las Vegas there, right? Like that kind of sticks out like a thumb around the desert there on the western United States. So, and through Texas here, you can see some of the bigger cities, and it really is a neat way to be able to see where the bigger cities are. Same thing when we go over here to Europe, right? It kind of becomes clear where Paris and London are, doesn't it? So, this is a lot of fun. I've been building and growing this on streams, and like I said, building. We've been actually writing, making this service, and that's a little bit of what we're going to do today. Is we're going to go through and write some features to add into this to make it a little bit better, and we're going to learn how to deploy and push those updates out. We're going to use a little bit of AI using the GitHub Copilot service to build and deploy these features. And if you're watching over there on the Gunnar channels, we're also gonna talk a little bit about some of my favorite pairs of Gunnar glasses that I've been I've gotten my hands on and I've been wearing a lot recently on channel. I'm not going to start with the Echo glasses. I wore those a little bit earlier today. These are a big favorite of mine. We'll come back to them in a little bit. I want to show you before we get into this. I want to show you. Hey, look, there we go. Anani's dropping a pin for us in Vaughan, Canada. Look at that. We're just going to zoom right in, and you can see where that is compared to. Thanks so much. And the best part about this little service that we're building is it's opt-in. We're not going to go and sniff and try and figure out where you are and place a pin on it. Wherever you tell us you are, you can be as accurate or as inaccurate as you'd like, and you can share a marker on the map with us. Just place your mark and share that. And I've got two folks on the map right now, me down here, and there's Anani. And if you chime in and you drop your location, we'll add it to this map over here. So this pair of glasses that I wanted to show you, I just got these last week, the week before, and then I'll get some music playing in the background. These ones are, I got to read them on the side because I get confused between some of the shapes. These are the Novato, and I have them in the computer blue light blocking kind of amber glasses, and they've got this nice angled corner on them. You see how they're angled there? It's got a wire frame, so it's nice and light, right? It's not plastic, it's not heavy, but it's this light aluminum frame. It's either aluminum or graphite. I forget which one it is. But these are the Novato. They're nice and big, and they're still curved, so they wrap around your face a little bit and block. You still get a little bit of blue light coming in on the sides here, but they wrap around just enough that you got the protection, and it kind of feels nice there on your face. So these are the Novato glasses. I believe these are available as not just blue light blocking. And let me bring them up here. I'm going to do a quick search on the Gunnar page. There we go. Hey, how you doing there? Trash 1337 in Stockholm. Thank you so much for dropping a pin. There you go. So not only in the standard 65 the 65 amber, but you can also get them in amber sun shift, where they'll turn to sunglasses as well. That's very cool. I've got a couple pairs of sunglass shifting lenses. Of course, it's going to be a little bit more for that option, right, to get the extra tech in them. But to be able to wear them when you're working at the computer and then go outside for a walk and come back, tremendous. Really good stuff that I definitely encourage folks to check out. So we'll talk about a couple more pairs of Gunnar glasses throughout the stream here today, but big thanks to the folks over there on the Gunnar channels for sponsoring, for supporting. And you can see when you go to the website, I'm broadcasting live on it. There, look, I'm right there. So let's move on. So Stony Eagle adding a pin for us in the Netherlands. It's not that map. It's this one over here is the one that I want to work on today. So come on, drag over there. Sometimes the tiles for this map take a little bit longer to load. I don't know what it is. But I feel like there's a definite performance thing going on there that we should take a look at. So I can call you Stony. All right, I will call you Stony. Thanks so much. So, right, we've been growing features here, and we added the ability to put landmarks on here. You can even put links in the landmarks that appear on the flags that come up there. But I started adding some features, starting designing some features earlier on my morning stream. Let me get some music playing in the background, and we'll talk about those features. This is the Stream Beats EDM playlist. This is music that's DMCA free, it's royalty free, and it's just fun to listen to. It's groovy. It's just a great beat to have in the background and kind of keep you moving and keep your mind going. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for this DMCA free, royalty free music we're listening to today. So, let me show you. I was working on issues 59, 60, and 61. So adding a share button to the map so that if you're having fun with this and you want to share it out to other folks, we'll have a button that you can click to share that. The bot in chat should drop a link to my map, and then we want to keep pins visible on the map between streams with an offline indicator. So I was using the AI to work on these features in this terminal. Let's take a look and see how it did and evaluate and decide how to move forward here. So let's just do an Aspire run. So I use a tool called Aspire that allows me to orchestrate and run several different services at once locally. Because when you run a service like that streamer map, there's several different pieces, right? There's a website, there's the chat component that's talking to the folks in chat and listening to their request for messages. And then there's another part that actually does the lookup of where the pins should be placed and places them on the map. So the coordination of those several services is something that this tool Aspire can do for me locally, and it sets things up so that when I'm ready to deploy and push that out to a public service, it makes that very easy for me to do with a nice set of scripts and tools for me. Now, I push my application out to the Microsoft Azure cloud, but you can very easily push this to Amazon, to Google, wherever you would like. It will coordinate and work with those services as well. Now, where the heck did I'm control clicking here, and there it is. Fantastic. So here it is, getting up. This is the Aspire dashboard showing me all the things that it's going to launch and get running for me. I'm going to ignore the upgrade hint there. And for some reason, the front end service crashed on us right here. I'm going to click to take a look at the log, and we'll see what broke here. Missing script dev. What did you do? So I don't know what change it made, but because I'm working with an AI to help me build and design some of these features, I can go back and tell it, hey, go look at that console. There's an error there. Go figure it out. There's an error reported on the Aspire console for the front end service that is reporting that the dev command does not exist. Period. Connect to Aspire and inspect the error logs to diffuse and correct this error. Now, I've been trying to point out and make clear to folks, there's a lot of discussion around when you're using AI, how much does it cost? Where and how should you be using those facilities? Right now, I'm using a model from Microsoft AI called Code One Flash. And just above that, you can see these AIC. Those are AI credits, right? They're kind of a currency for using AI capabilities. I've used about 1,500, just under 1,500 AIC. That's going to tick over 1,500 here in a second. But the rule of thumb for these AI credits is roughly 100 AI credits. Not roughly, but right now at this time, 100 AI credits is $1 American dollar. So I've used about $15 to build this service, these 3 features so far, and I'm having it go through and apply a fix here. The package doesn't define a dev script. I'm correcting the wiring, so Aspire starts the front end without the existing server entry point. Well, thank you. Yes, please go do that, and come back to me. And we've got some things to do here. So let me get out a beverage. Here we go. So I have some Alani Nu. This is the cherry slush that I'll be enjoying while we're taking a look at this. So, reading, yeah. Come on, go make the changes. We want to starting the front end locally to confirm. I already have it running in the background, but I am going to have to stop it and restart it. So let's see how that does. And the next feature that I want to build after this, I want to start asking and poking around this idea of customizing with bits. So chat, here's the idea that I need some validation from you on. I'm going to give different features, different capabilities to you to be able to customize the way that your icon looks on the screen using bits. 10 bits, 50 bits, something small, something easy, and to place something on the map that is more customized to what you enjoy. Start successfully. Good. Make it happen. Because I want to see how these features work before I try and deploy and push a fix out to the public site where our friends are going to be watching. So, I do, when I talk to folks who are other developers, other technologists, I always recommend a pair of Gunnar glasses for folks that have been around in the industry for a while, because you get headaches, you get eye fatigue from staring at screens for a very long period of time. So just a quick shout out to the folks at Gunnar and their products. I've been a big fan of Gunnar for going on 10 years. So and now that I work with Gunnar a little bit and promote and share some of their products, I've got a lot of pairs of glasses. I went from one single pair of Heroes of the Storm themed glasses to now I've got many pairs of glasses. So here we go. It started. There's my front end, and I can click through on this little address that's just hiding behind my camera right there. And I'll be able to see, here's the version that's running right now for me locally. So this should load from the local store and see my channel, right? Show my dashboard. Come on now. What did we do? See these ones here? Those are errors. Oh no. It broke. It broke. Manual reactivation. Well, this doesn't feel good. Oh, what happened here? My storage didn't start. Come on now. And so where else are the containers running if you're saying that they're running somewhere else? Let's go fix that. Source, app host. So everything for Aspire is built and runs out of C# project. So in here, here's my storage. Run as emulator. Really? No. I thought I did this last time. I must have lost that. With blob port, 1337. Sure, that's fine for the table port. With the Q port, sure, that's fine. Really? Yeah, that works. No. Why am I... No. You're suggesting a wrong syntax. Okay. And I'll restart that and we'll get the right ports and we'll get things deployed and running and we'll be able to take a look. So that's just changing the emulator, the local emulator that's going to act like Azure storage. Your designer complained about your app being too fast. All that effort and making it fast, and now it's too fast. What? What? Somebody's complaining that an application runs too fast? Stony. Like, that's a good problem to have. Right? There we go. Now my storage is running properly, and now these other facilities should load up and connect properly. We as developers, and more so the non-developer folks, don't have patience for slow-running applications. It just isn't. There we go. So my front end is running. There it is. And there we go. So I can connect over to my channel. And right now it's not showing any pins there. And that doesn't look right at all. I'm okay with... okay. Come here. That's the other project that I'm not going to work on right now on this. Yeah. Go clean this up. I'm seeing a mashup of some features that we already completed around working on subscription levels in the legend, showing and hiding some of that content. But that's deployed already to production, but I don't have it locally, period. Go sync and check on those features from the main branch on GitHub and make sure that they're present here on this branch locally. If I'm not streaming, then who am I? So, yeah, Stony, it puts that up when there's no pins on it, when there's no pins on the map. So, loading indicator shows up so short that it looks like a glitch. Which loading indicator? This is out of control. This needs to go away. And I do have that fixed on the production site.
Developers.
Already present locally, including the badge-based pin rendering. I'm verifying whether it matches the production behavior. Yes, please. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you joining in. In your app, you prefetch on hover. Why not prefetch on load? So that when you hover, you've already got the content there. So, yeah, fix the current state there. This type of consistency, I've been running into this problem a little bit recently because I've been working on 2 or 3 different machines, whether I'm locally working on this machine, working in one of my laptops when I'm traveling. So yeah, you're gonna run into an issue while this is running. So that's what you do, is prefetching on hover. Yeah, like when you hover over something on the website, you want it to already be there. So, right, you can delay and defer some of that so that it's after the page first paint happens and then loads after that, so that resources are there and it doesn't need to load it immediately when you do hover over a resource. In this application, that's Leaflet that's loading and presenting that content. And it just takes a little bit to identify and load the tiles, and that's once they're loaded, you see it's not running into an issue. So they arrive completely and quickly. So validation passed. Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Get this restarted and take another look-see. I shouldn't have to restart. Like, I should be able from the dashboard to restart things. All right, so back over in here. Wait for this to start. It's the dev tunnel there. I need to shut that off. And I thought I built a feature to let me shut that off. I've lost some consistency in this project. That's nuts. You want to load the surrounding images before the user zooms out. Agreed. But not just surrounding, but surrounding at the new zoom level. And right now I'm just letting Leaflet do that before I go in and try and customize any of those features. Yeah, see, it's still showing. No, I'm still seeing the old subscriber badge behavior, not badger. Like, I'm sure there's ways to customize Leaflet, and optimizing how that behaves isn't. Maybe it is something that I should do sooner than later. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, it is a professional gaslighter. Let's change the model over to auto and send that message again. Do I still write code myself? I do. Yes. The fact is, though, most of the stuff that I'm interested in building, I don't want to take the time to write as much of the code by hand. Like, I can figure it out. I know the code. I can review the code. But for stuff like this website, just go let it run, and then I can spend more time talking to you. Yeah, I end up nitpicking. I end up doing a little bit of project management that I think is more productive. So all right, so it might need to do a little bit of cleanup in the cache. So it sounds like we need to clean up the cache in Redis. That's not how you spell cache. Like cache. What about using speech to text? Yes, totally. I think when it comes to planning, and that right, planning and architecting are a huge part of the development process that the AI helps significantly with. It's my belief that dictation with those steps goes a long way to delivering and making it easier to understand what the development plan is, what we actually need built, and get either humans to develop the software clearly, properly, within the bounds that we need to, get the AI to write tests, acceptance tests, unit tests, or write the entire bit of code itself to get them focused and delivering properly. Speech to text, there is something that's unlocked in us as humans where dictating instructions can deliver a lot more value and detail quickly than the time it takes for our brains to signal to our fingers to type the specific words. It's just easier and more fluid to deliver those requirements to the AI. So I'm a big fan of that. Constant rubber ducking. That's another great way to describe it. You're constantly rubber ducking and getting that reality check. You see the agent that I'm using here, Squad. Squad now has a reality check agent as part of its standard set of agents that you can install and use. You always get, when you use the Squad agent, you always get a child agent that is a scribe that's taking notes on what's been accomplished. You also have a Ralph agent that will run loops and check and manage and kind of micromanage the agents at getting work done. But now you also have this reality check that will double check and verify that things are real. Cuts out the middleman. That's right, Marcus. Yeah. When you dictate. So what do we got there? It looks like, did you put a flag there in chat? I can't tell what flag that is. What do we got? Who is that? I thought I was supposed to get a mouse over that tells me who that is. So that's going to go through and test and pull together those updates. Once this is done, there should be, oh, okay, so there's the share button. Yeah, I'm starting to get too many buttons in the corner here, you know what I'm saying? So, and that opens the share features either, yeah, that's fine, in the browser. So that works. So I wanted it to add a share button. The bot promoting the streamer's bot URL, the streamer's map URL, and then keep the pins visible on the map between streams. So if we do a map Philadelphia, we should see it appear over here. No. Says it's working. Hey, McNets, how you doing there? Dropping a pin in Barcelona. So this is the live map. There you go. See, there's McNets in Barcelona. Thank you so much. See, that's the way it should be showing. I have a feeling, yeah, there's something cached that's given us a problem here. And we're just kind of hanging. Nice. Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Not just hanging, but like hanging. So, go ahead, take a look at that. You can do that. So, how about Spain in the tournament
USA
the other day?
soccer hat confirmed.
See? Like, yep, there's what I was typing. Glad to see you finally brought it back up. Come on, delete. Thank you. Something going on here. Right. Was it Spain lost or they tied? Like, we were expecting Spain to just storm through. They had a draw. Yeah, against Cape Verde. Yeah, oh, it might as well have been a loss for Spain, and it might as well have been a win for Cape Verde. That was unexpected and good for them. Small country, second time in the tournament, and able to make some noise against one of the big favorites. Good for them. Front end stayed not a stale Redis, only cache. Okay. Good. Let's get that purged and fixed. So the here's the deal, okay? Can you keep a secret? So they've been selling World Cup hats at the grocery store that I go to for literally 3-4 months. They showed up like back in February, and they had American hats, they had Mexican hats, they didn't have Canadian hats, but they had Brazilian hats, they had Argentinian hats, and I'm like, hey, that's great, you know. For some reason though, they didn't have any of the European teams. They just had those couple of South American sides, the States and Mexico. I'm like, all right, fine. So I'm You have a terrible memory? Fantastic, Marcus. Thank you. So I'm going through, and this was on Sunday morning over the weekend. It was after the Americans won the game against Paraguay. I was like, okay, fine. I see they've still got American hats. I'll pick up an American hat. And they also had America 250-year hats and these types of things. We're not feeling too patriotic in the country right now. But so I grabbed the hat, threw it in. It was right at the front of the store as I was walking in. Threw it in the cart, went through, put all my groceries in that I was going to buy, the veg, the meats, and what have you. I get to the end. I get to the front of the store, and the only aisles that are open are those self-checkout aisles. No problem. So I go through and I start doing the self-checkout, and of course, it's bring your own bag. Okay, fine. So I set up my bags, and I fill my bags as I'm going and checking things out. And I didn't use all my bags. No problem. Load all the bags back in the cart, take off, go out, load the bags into the truck to drive home. And after I take all the bags out, oh, wait, there's the bags that I didn't use because it's bring your own bag. And so I pick up the bags, throw them in the truck. And sure enough, underneath those bags that I didn't use was the hat. I never paid for the hat. But it was at the bottom of the cart underneath the bags that I was using to check out because they got shuffled around as I was putting stuff in the cart, and oops. Like, all right. Legend now reads from active live pins. Let's give this a try. We take free hats. Let me tell you, Colt, I take lots of free hats. Lots of free hats. All right, so I'm going to do a hard refresh here. And it's not running, so it's not going to do anything, darn it. Aspire run, go restart this. So, yeah, free hats are a wonderful thing, and the number of hats I have is a little ridiculous. How you doing there? Chase Echo over on YouTube. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Asks, what map SDK am I using? Am I using Google's, the Bing's? I'm using OpenStreetMap. So I'm using OpenStreetMap, and this is Leaflet.js that I'm using. Yeah, the hat doesn't weigh enough to trigger anything. Yeah. So, all right, that should be restarted. Yes, I know. Reload the site. Oh, it's still starting up. Go get it. And there we go. So now if we do map, Philly, I don't think this one is connecting to the chat properly. You know what? It's not, because it thinks I'm offline. I have a way to, it didn't, how do I explain this? So the streamer map has a little bit that signals when a stream starts, so it knows to listen for that channel. I need to tell it that my stream has started. So go live, start listening. Let's see here. Do this one more time. Now, you dog. Shoot. I need to reauthorize the bot. So I need my admin key, which is... This is going to take a minute. Ugh. Ugh. Here. And I'm going to manage user secrets, but I'm going to do that just off screen so that I don't dox myself, because I've learned that I show my passwords on stream way too much. All right. So there we go. Down here, Twitch bot account. Yes. We need to connect that to Twitch for streamer map bot. No. Streamer map bot. And I think that's the password. No. No. Oh, shoot. Well, this is going to be annoying. Is it that password? Yes, it is. There we go. All right. Now we got to do that two-factor authentication, John. Everybody loves to two-factor authenticate, don't we? There we go. Connected to Twitch. Good. Yeah, go to my admin page. There we go. Twitch bot account. So it is connected and running locally. Fantastic. So now if I go back in here, start listening. I just did this. No, it's not seeing it. Okay. That says it's connected. Well, that's the geocache is connected. Configured, available, ready, streamer, map bot. My local install is telling me that the chat bot is not connected, but I just connected it in the admin panel. Go look at that. Hey, Ice Cream Stick Model. Ice Cream Stick Model asks, what database does Streamer Map use? I'll show you. So I use several different storage mechanisms. I use a series of blobs, Azure blobs, and I also use Azure tables. I didn't want to get sophisticated with using Postgres or SQL Server or something, because I can get away with using something small, something relatively inexpensive. It makes sense to use blobs because when I deliver the collection of pins to you as somebody browsing, it's a JSON document. So to have a blob that's just that JSON document, real easy to see and work with. And I've actually pivoted, and that blobs collection there now is just an archive. What I really use is Redis to store the collection of live pins that are out there. So for all the live channels, it drops an entry into a Redis database cache that has not just the locations saved, so that I don't have to geocode locations multiple times, but it also has right, so here's my geocache of all the different locations. So when you type in a location, it goes and finds it. This is only 149. There's a couple thousand of them in production that I've queued up as initial locations, because they never change. So when somebody says, hey, I'm watching from Texas, there's the latitude and longitude that we pull, so I don't have to go and geocode it. Loading this out of my Redis cache is, 10 milliseconds tops. So that location loads really quickly. And then, and there's a series of nicknames for them also that it routes to. So if somebody says they're watching from ATL, well, it's actually Atlanta, and it translates and goes and finds it. But the connection status, system metrics, and then the various badges for the different channels. There's information about all the badges for my channel. But right now, it's not showing me any. It should show, here's what's live, and here's the pins being loaded into it. So let's see what this is finding here. So it's checking the bot authorized status and the reconnect, tracing the reconnect. Okay. How you doing, Goblin Paws? Welcome. You're new to tech, been studying a lot the last few weeks. New hyper obsession. Welcome. A career in tech is something that you're going to learn. You're always learning, right? There's always change. You're always going to be learning something new. You're always going to be following along and seeing as new hardware evolves, new technologies, new services. How you keep up? How you keep those technologies part of your toolbox, part of your repertoire, and then deciding how you use them in the applications, games, services that you build and work on. So Ice Cream Stick Model asks, where are those settings stored? What the streamer can customize? So the customization is stored in the Azure table. So when you log in as a streamer, here, these settings are stored in Azure table storage, and it loads very quickly because this is just another JSON document of settings. And these options are really easy to serialize and just write out as a simple document. If I were a rich man, no. Yeah, I should be able to connect into that 1137 through 1139. So if I do Storage Explorer, I should be able to peek in here. So what kinds of things are you learning, Goblin Paws? How can I help? Always interested in helping new folks in tech. Here we go. So my local... Nope, that's not it. That's not it either. Nope. Yeah, I know. That's the one. You won't let me zoom to just there? You make me sad. So my bot tokens are stored in there. So here's the archive of the various locations stored as JSON. I don't think I'm using the queue for anything yet. So here's the various tenants. So there's csharpfritz. And there's an API key hash when it was created. Yeah, and these various features as properties going across. So it's real easy to pick up and enhance those. I don't think yeah. So how we doing here? All right, it's tracking it down. Markdown and Obsidian using AI models, basic networking, PC components, and how to assemble a rig. Home networking, IoT projects. Within ESP32 and e-ink display. Nice. Showing daily tasks and a general dashboard. Nice. You install Linux on both your computers. Terrific. Yeah. I'm trying to set up, I've been designing a cyber deck, right? A completely custom built computer. I'm building it based on a Raspberry Pi and adding a bunch of displays and hardware to it in a custom case. And we're probably going to, along with some custom software, a smaller form factor, a 3D printed case. That's right. And, but I'm adding additional displays to a primary 8-inch touchscreen display that I've got for it. Stale bot token stayed in chat worker, not the admin panel. The worker now reloads the persisted Twitch bot tokens before go live. Okay. So yeah, these two stopped, and you're gonna need to rebuild here, aren't you? Same thing with you. Go ahead and restart. That one's running. There we go. And just for double checking, I'll restart the front end. So here on my dashboard running locally, thank you. It is listening. Okay. So now let's do this again. Map, Philly. There it is. All right. And it is showing just that one subscriber, 42 months, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. Okay. And if I look in Redis, we should see... Right, connections, Fritz the cat, Fritz, csharpfritz, and Diz the cat. That it is live. Some system metrics. Yes, it is connected. Here we go. There's a live section here, data. So for the csharpfritz channel, there's the content that we're mapping. So I can push content into this block quickly. And there's my pin information that we're showing. So all that gets rolled up and rendered and delivered. Your local hackerspace has a Prusa Core 1. Why isn't my audio for that bot coming through? My application has stopped responding again? Yeah, I can tell, and I didn't get any audio coming through for that. Yeah, where's my audio? Watch, that'll come through in like a few minutes. All right. Let's move on from here. So I do have the share button. So that was the one item. And the offline was showing properly there. What was the last feature? Bot should promote the URL. So if I do just a exclamation point map, yeah, it didn't write anything. So this chalupa over here. It didn't include the link. Why?
Remember, the promise of cake motivates test subjects.
Oh, it does.
Unlike your code, which motivates only despair and exception handlers.
Yeah, thanks, Charlie. Wow. That's a little rude, not gonna lie. Okay, I think this looks good, but I don't see the URL being included in the chat message that we're sending when the map command is executed with no arguments. Period. Let's reevaluate that and make sure that that isn't going to make our chat bot rejected or blocked from certain channels. Right? Let's double check and make sure that works. And then I want to explore adding bits-based features to this. Right? The idea being, maybe you'd like to use a different badge. Okay. So I'll let you spend some bits on Twitch to use a different badge. What do you think of that, chat room? And then that leads to the idea of moderators allowing pins to be added and updating those. I should be able to talk to it while it's doing that work. I should be. No, you know what we'll do? While that's running in the background, I want to talk to you about the new issue that we have about adding bits-based features, or features that require a cheer or a paid amount in Twitch bits currency in order to activate it. Period. There's a couple of items around this feature that are listed on the issue on GitHub, but I'm trying to think of some other features that we could charge a premium for. I don't think we want to offer features for more than 100 bits, but what are some other things that we could allow viewers to customize on a map in exchange for some bits? Come up with some ideas for this while the other features are still running in the background, and present those in a README document in the @docs folder. Rats, almost had it. Yeah. So it's waiting for those background tasks. I'm going to give it this task to also run while those things are running in the background, and give me some ideas here. And then I'm going to talk to you, chat room, about it, because I think if I'm going to build a feature that folks in the chat room want to use, I want to make sure that you like them, that you approve of them, and they're not things that you hate. You know what I mean, chat room? So let's take a look. All right, stand by. Give me a second here. Let's see here. I have to answer a question for work while we're waiting for this to run. Broken features report. What's broken features? Okay, you're looking at doc samples. Let's see. Just need to send a message here in Teams. Darn it. Don't you hate it when you forget somebody's name? Yeah. All right, there we go. I'll either hand you the README idea list or tighten it if the moderation risk needs a narrower recommendation. See that? Yeah, right there. Hey, Chris Funk. Mosquitoes love to scratch him. Uh-oh, what happened? Mosquitoes? Mosquitoes? What do we got? Fantastic. One more person. So, how's things, Larry? Good to see you. I appreciate you tuning in and joining us this afternoon. So, that's from earlier today and a little bit more. Don't build things we hate. Yeah, don't do that. Ned Flanders didn't hate anything. Well, yeah, that's true. Okay. Confession, right? And I think I can say this with the Ned Flanders reference. I've never watched more than 1 or 2 episodes of The Simpsons. Like, that's That hasn't been my bag. I've never gotten into The Simpsons. Mrs. Funk took you out to lunch and you closed a project without saving. Oh no. Oh no. That's womp womp. Oh. I would have hit the womp womp button, but I'm changing glasses right now. So, zombie series at this point, it kind of is. Not just kind of, it is. I'm going to change glasses here, and we're going to put on, these are the Pinnacles. These are nice big wide lenses. Once again, wire lenses, wire frames, and there's very little coverage. It's very light on the bottom there, so you don't have something on the bottom that kind of sticks out, but it's got a nice bit of frame around the top so that kind of looks good on your face. But look at how wide they are. They're huge. So for folks that have a larger melon up here on their shoulders, it's gonna take care of your blue blocker needs really well. How are we doing over here? So I added Doc's README with 8 premium bits ideas. Ooh, 8 premium bits ideas. Let's see what it's got. Somehow you still got the opportunity to pay. Back over here. Let's go Docs, README. Let's see what we got here. So premium bits based map customizations. Chat, this is where I need your help. A pin glower outline. Cheap, obvious, and harmless. Make the supporter's pin stand out without charging the map rules. Cheer 25 bits to light up your pin for 60 seconds. That's not bad. Larry says, Larry's got a big head. Kids have all been 90th percentile in head circumference. That's a lot. That's a lot. And there was a word that I think it's Mike was his name, has for the larger glasses that have the much larger lenses. I think he was calling them like king-sized glasses because they're a little bit larger. Custom pin skin. Let viewers pick from a small preset list like star, heart, ghost, or crown. That's not bad. So pick a pin style for 50 bits. Camera fly into their pin. Feels premium because the map actively focuses on their location. Cheer 75 bits to spotlight your pin. I feel like that only works when your pin is on, when the map is visible on channel. Temporary pin trail shows a short path from recent movement or the last stored pin. I don't know about that. Map accent pulse. A quick color pulse or border glow around the map shell. That's kind of fun. Okay. And let you choose the color. Featured supporter label. Adds a small featured supporter badge near the map or in the overlay. Okay. Sure. Preset landmark drop. Places a small landmark icon near the pin using approved labels like camp, home, or tour stop. I think we can do more with that. I'm not opposed to it. Short-lived spotlight halo. Highlights the pin for 1 poll cycle or 1 minute. Good for stream moments. Cheer 100 bits to keep your pin in the spotlight. Okay. Okay. Sure. And maybe give you the opportunity to choose the color of that spotlight. Sure. I'm okay with those. Do any of these stick out to you, chat? Anything interesting? Safety notes. Lower risk rewards are cosmetic, glow, camera focus, preset skins, map pulses, short-lived highlights. Easiest for moderators because they don't add new chat content. Preset labels, featured badges, and trails are still workable. They can clutter the map if overused. I don't like the trails. Keep them limited in length, duration, and count. Do not make the reward message itself carry a URL, sponsor copy, or promotional text.
Good afternoon at McNets. I've been monitoring your progress.
Really?
Progress may be too generous a term.
Ooh, sorry. Charlie's been watching. Charlie's been watching and trolling. What can I tell you? Oh. So, yeah, this makes sense. Freeform text rewards are the fastest way to create moderation headaches. Yeah, that makes sense. I get it. So, but chat, what would you think if you were able to choose any streamer's emote as an icon to use? Or any one of my emotes to use? That's not bad, right? I haven't asked if there are emotes that I need to update or replace, or that folks would be interested in me bringing to the channel in a long time. Like, I haven't updated my emotes in a while, you know? So, all right. I like the pin glow or outline, but when do you see it? Right, because if the map isn't visible on stream and you do that cheer, I feel like you're not getting your money's worth. Right, chat? But the custom pin, that's not bad. That, like, I think that's a done deal. That's easy. This one is another one of those. So what? If the map's not on screen, so what? I don't like the trail at all. The accent pulse, that feels like a no-brainer. Let you choose a color and throw some sort of special effect on the map. Oh, that's like a no-brainer. Featured supporter label, yeah, that's an easy one. That's a must. Landmark drop. So custom landmark, I think, is easy, but like allow you to buy a landmark that appears for the rest of the stream. I think that's an easy one to do. Right? And the text is just wherever it is that you set up your landmark. Short-lived spotlight halo. I'm not going to get into that one. All right, so pin glow, yes. Custom pin skin, yes. So the first two are yes. No, yes. So pin glow, pin skin, map accent pulse, featured supporter label, sure. And landmark. How we doing here? How is the rest of this? So let's try restarting. Yeah. Rebuild this one. Rebuild that one. Building. Start the API. There it goes. So if why am I not getting open the streamer map page for this channel? Where did that come from? Why isn't it actually putting the URL? And those are tests. You know what? I'll take it. It's fine. Let's push. Let's push the commits and feature branch for 59, 60, and 61 to GitHub and open a PR.
I'm a Time Lord.
You are?
I'm from the planet Gallifrey.
Gallifrey, yes.
Earth.
I am.
Your code is from the Dark Ages.
Dude! That's harsh. Comb
the repo. We ain't found the missing semicolon yet, Fritz, but morale remains suspiciously high.
I wouldn't say that was exactly a Mel Brooks quote, but it was a reference to Spaceballs. It wasn't a great reference to Spaceballs, but it was a reference, you know? PR62 is opened, so we should be able to push this. And it should say fixed on 59, 60, and 61. Come on, open. There we go. Matt, what are the issues to be fixed? Legend badges. No. I want that one. And yeah, go ahead and down here. Yeah, I want the incoming. Good. And over here, yeah, I want the incoming change. Commit that, John. Here we go. Good. Do it. So that's now going to compile and deliver and update the live website. Now, why didn't that succeed? And that's going to fail. I've merged this pull request, and I think based on previous actions, we saw a failure earlier that we never fixed, period. Take a look, review, and let's apply a fix for what looks like a test failure. Period. You're going to want to do these fixes off of the main branch and delete the local branch for the feature that we just completed. So go do all of that. Yep. Checking the merge state, isolate the test failure before deleting the finished feature branch. Okay, that's fine. So it's going to come out here and take a look at why this isn't working. So it's running these smoke tests, right? Which is a playwright test. It's actually navigating and interacting with it. And look at this. I'm actually getting connection refused trying to test the website. So that's going to fail spectacularly. Okay. Let's see how it does. If you're watching over on the Gunnar channels on the Gunnar website, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Jeff Fritz. I'm a technologist. I'm a programmer who builds websites and teaches folks about building websites and deploying and building all kinds of really cool applications. And importantly, I'm a Gunnar customer also. So I'm a big fan of Gunnar glasses. I've got my Pinnacle Gunnar glasses on now. These are kind of, we jokingly call them the king-sized collection because they've got larger lenses for folks that have bigger heads. You know what I'm saying? So check them out. There's a bunch of really great pairs of glasses for you on the Gunnar website. A big fan. And if you use the link from my channel, head on over to my Twitch channel. There's a link on the wall there. If you click through that link, you're going to get 15% off most of the glasses in the store. The new releases, you can't get that discount on, but if you see something you like there, maybe it's from one of the Fallout collections, maybe it's from one of the Overwatch collections. I love the Overwatch glasses. Check it out. You can get 15% off.
I ignored my destiny once.
You did?
Cannot do that again.
No.
Even for you at McNets, I'm sorry.
That's right. Don't ignore your destiny. Get a pair of Gunnar glasses, all right? And here's the thing. You can even get prescription Gunnar glasses, both amber glasses that you might use with your computer and sunglasses. So maybe you have a prescription glasses program with your insurance. Terrific. You can use that at Gunnar and get a big discount, get out of your pocket, get the insurance to pay for it. So check it out. Your HSA, your FSA is accepted at Gunnar because they do make glasses that protect your eyes and help your vision. So always stylish and fashion forward. You gotta check them out. big thanks to the folks at Gunnar for their support of my stream today. All right. There we go. I did my commercial bits there. And if you're still watching on the Gunnar channel, I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing and having some fun with us as we're working on a little map feature that we're rolling out for my website, and for not for my website, for my my streams, and for anybody else that wants to bring a map into their streams. We're adding these capabilities. Oh, because the process is locked. Go ahead. Now you can do your thing. Yeah, that failed spectacularly. Kind of expected that. So before it gets deployed out to the production space, we're running these tests to make sure that our configuration is right, and we'll have Copilot go through, inspect, apply some corrections, and make sure that everything's working properly before we deploy it. So this should be working. Nope. I'm going to tell it to review the failing GitHub deployment actions and apply a fix. So, we're going to see what happens here. So this is one of those things that I really like the AI working on. Something failed during this automated process. Go investigate, tell me what the problem was, and then let's fix it. So it's reading, reading the workflow logs, and it's going to take a look, pinpointing the failing test inside that job. No, there's something failing there. No, there's something failing there because there's connection rejection that's happening during the process. During the test process. Yeah. Admin page calls reaching the front-end server instead of the Playwright mocks. Yeah. So maybe the Playwright tests aren't set up right. So, well. So you see here, look, it's running the test. That's this NPX Playwright test. It's actually inspecting and trying to run the test locally. Figure out what do we need to fix. So we'll wait for that. Ugh. We're about 20 minutes from the start of the America versus Australia World Cup match. The first match of this Friday. Additional matches later on. We've got Scotland versus Haiti. Scotland versus Morocco. Brazil versus Haiti. And the nightcap is Paraguay versus Turkey. So should be a good set of 4 matches today. Definitely teams that you don't see play each other too much. All right. You got the fix. Good. Needs to send the admin key and give the local web server the same key. All right. So it was enforcing the security during testing. Going to be a very early morning for C# Titan. Yes, it is. C Sharp Titan, our friend in Melbourne. It's going to be an early morning. 3 a.m. I'm sorry, 3 p.m. Eastern time is about 1 a.m. in Melbourne. 1 or 2 a.m. in Melbourne. It is a late night to watch those Socceroos from Australia. 4:42. Okay. Oh, it's. I have it the other way. I knew it was 12 hours and either 1 or 2 hours, plus or minus, and I got it wrong. 4:42 in Melbourne. Oof. Yeah. 5 a.m. isn't as bad as like 2 a.m. You know, like 5 a.m. I can wake up at 5 a.m. early for something, you know? Like, that's not too bad. But wake up at 2 a.m., man, no. I burn out quick. Moving the admin key onto the authenticated test helpers. Okay. Rerunning the admin and review request specs. Good. Make sure they work. So, let's see how we're doing. Come on now. I've been getting a lot of emails from Razer recently. I don't know what's going on over there. Like, oh, look at that. The Microsoft Flight Simulator folks. Their stream is on and running. Oh, and they've got a lot of people watching right now. If we go to the live streamermap.live page, right? They don't have anybody that put entries on the map today. Oh no. They're not using the map today. They were doing that over the last few weeks, but not today. Bummer. So, right now I'm the only one that's live, and I've opened up this ability to request access so that anybody else that's interested, if you know of other streamers that might have some fun with the streamer map, let them know. They can come through here, request access, and I can approve and give them access to the service. It's that location, and then I can fill in my password to get in. So as new folks request access, they appear here. How can you request access? No problem. It's right on the front page of Streamer Map. So go to streamermap.live, scroll down there, and click the request access button down here at the bottom. Rockwall, Texas. That one's not running. There's the live one. So there you go. Yeah, there is a certain amount of inaccuracy that I do bake into the actual latitude and longitude, just for a little bit of like privacy, that it's not directly landed right on wherever it is. So that search should be appearing there, and it's not. Flaky subscriber badge test. Oh boy. I wanted to move on here, man. Rerunning the full suite. Good. Make it happen, and we're going to ship this, John. Let's see what else is going on besides the football tournament. So SpaceX went public. Yeah, okay. Let me see. Folks asking, where should I go in the States for July 4th for Independence Day? So it's the 250th anniversary of America's independence. It's going to be absolutely crazy all over the country. You need to visit Philadelphia, where the whole shebang went down. Like if you're from outside the States, you've got to visit Philadelphia. So here we go. Let's see how we do. Like, don't get me wrong. America is a huge country. There is so many wonderful things to see and do. But when it comes to learning about America declaring its independence and the anniversary and birthday of this country, you got to be in Philadelphia. You got to be where it all went down. Nothing compares. That didn't work at all. Oh, I guess it did. Eagles fans will give you a welcome parade. You're going to hear a lot of go birds. Gosh, where'd you get the Eagles there? Ibanez. Who's Ibanez? That's like, you know, we have Gritty in my channel. Like, when you subscribe to my channel, you get a Gritty emote. Like, how about that? Right? One of the flight sim streamers. Okay. When you were a kid, did the tourist stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
This guy's a Kentucky Fried Idiot. He can't code. At ChrisFunk21 prove me wrong.
Oh, Charlie. the things.
I don't do mercy, and neither does your runtime.
Oh. Oh, Charlie. Picking on some of our viewers out here, I tell you. There we go. Downloading Bicep, getting this thing deployed. Getting the updates pushed out to the thing. Yeah. Charlie just being mean out here. You know what I'm saying? We'll get this deployed and up and running, and we'll see exactly how the updates apply and run on this. Let's see here. I'm trying to Double check. There we go. Last time you shared bourbon recommendations with me. Oh, let me tell you. I had such a good time when I visited Kentucky 3 weeks ago now. And there is, I brought home 2 cases of Buffalo Trace bourbons. Between the Colonel Taylor, I brought home Blanton's, I brought home Eagle Rare, I brought home Buffalo Trace. Yeah, I brought home a lot of that. I brought home some Castle and Key. Just great stuff. Like, if you go to what's that place? If you go to Kentucky and you visit the Bourbon Trail and you don't get you don't bring home some bourbon, you're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? That looks like we're up and running here. So if we go back out to this one and do a refresh, we get the share button popping up there. The search is still not in the recent pins. No, Pappy. No. Yeah, I lost the search capability on recent pins. But now it's only showing the subscriber pins that we actually have on the map. Yeah, that made sense. And this should have closed those issues now. They did. Fantastic. We're nearing the end of our time together here with our friends from Gunnar. Let's close this. Close that. Hey, there we go, Martin. Let's. Where was it? The search, pin search. Let's try and fix 51 while we're here. Because we're just about at the end of our stream on Gunnar. So I'm going to set this to use my squad. I need the team to look at and fix issue 51. Search isn't working. No diff, how you doing in Edmonton? There you go. Got you on my map now. Eventually we're going to cut over to streamer map here so that we're using only one map on this channel. But right now, while I'm building, we've got the 2 maps going here. So we're doing all right, and right, we're going into Father's Day this weekend. And here's what a sappy father I am. Are you ready for this? When my daughter graduated college 2 years ago, gosh, it was 2 years ago. No, it wasn't 2 years ago.
Your code compiles.
Yes, it does.
But at what cost?
Well, it's a couple tokens. I mean, you know, according to the page over here, you know, it was 1,500 tokens, so $15. How's that? Is that a good cost there, Charlie? Shut up, Charlie. So for Father's Day, right? I'm wrong. My daughter graduated. She graduated last year. Yeah. She graduated last May from college, and when she graduated, after the ceremony, she gave me a handwritten letter written on just notebook paper that she wrote before she finished moving out of her dorm room and closing everything down and being done her college career. And she wrote me just a simple note of thanks and things that she really appreciated that I helped her with through high school, through college, and how much it meant to her. I love that note so much. It's such a simple thing. It's not a gift or a barbecue, whatever, or a golf, whatever. Such a simple thing, and I literally carry that note with me everywhere, and I have a photo of it on my phone. Just tremendous. Like, yeah, that's the kind of thing that I asked for my kids for Father's Day. Simple, maybe. Cheap, exactly. Not cheap, but extremely meaningful. Yeah, we're going to see about that football game coming up here at the top of the hour. Americans versus those Socceroos from Australia. Should be exciting. So I've told, right? I told Copilot to go take a look at the issue discussion for the search issue, and it's going through and searching and taking a look at it to see if there's a search-specific front-end test. And it's saying the targeted regression passes. So why don't we have it? Why isn't it there? We'll see in a minute here, and I'll get that built and deployed, and we'll have pin search functionality back on the page. And offline, I'll go through and take a look at building some of those bits-based features. And I think there's something I'm going to have to look up with Twitch to figure out what and how we can charge and make those features something that you can cheer for. So we shall see. But we are ending the stream here in just a little bit. Let me check with my producer. Of course, big thanks to our friends from Gunnar, right? They make these fantastic glasses that you can get your hands on. Yeah, that's right. Charlie picked on you. You better believe it, Chris Funk. And I need to build more of those more of those things where Charlie reaches out and picks on folks from chat that Charlie recognizes. You've seen me wear all kinds of different Gunnar glasses, all kinds of different styles that are available. I really, really enjoy the research, the fashion, the design that they've done in putting together just a cool set of styles and features that are available. If you're interested in getting a pair, once again, your insurance will probably cover it. If you're in the States, your HSA, your FSA, if you have one of those accounts, those apply if you go to the Gunnar website, especially if you buy one of the prescription pairs of glasses. You can get a pair of those glasses that'll do the blue blocking. You can see the reflection of the blue light it's reflecting off of my glasses. That's not getting to my eyes. It's being bounced back to you in the camera, right? So check it out. And of course, if you use my code, if you use my link to go through and get a pair of Gunnar glasses, I think I have Charlie responding with my Gunnar link. There's my Gunnar link. bit.ly/Fritz_Gunnar. If you use that link to head over to their website, you can get 15% off any pair of glasses that are not a new release, right? One of the new releases from the last month or two, you can't get the coupon deal on, but you can on other glasses that are in their catalog. All right. So basically, if you see a pair of glasses that are on the front page as listed as one of the new ones, it won't count for those. But any other pair of glasses on the site, including prescription sunglasses, the crystal clear blue blockers, the dark amber glasses, you can get those at 15% off with my coupon code. All right. And just poking around here. And let's see if we're just about there. I'm going to take a look. So it says there's a fix, and it's rerunning test suite to make sure that it is fixed. So let's take a look. Right, like this is where the tests are really important for us to be able to point back to something and say, hey, go fix this. And we know that it passes the entire collection of tests. Regression coverage for public search flow. Fantastic. Sounds good. Let's push that to GitHub and get it deployed. Make it happen. All right. This is going to pack up and get deployed.
I'm making a note here.
Are you?
Huge success.
It is. Very.
Failing basic programming concepts at McNets.
Well, okay, McNets,
your consistency is remarkable.
All right, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're done for today. That feature is going to be packaged up and deployed out to the production website for streamermap.live. All right. If you have friends that are, or you see other streamers that you think would enjoy having the map on their site, send them on over to streamermap.live. That's right. The soccer match just started, the football match. So let's head over there and watch and see what's going to happen. Watch the Americans pull off a win in Seattle. Huh? Thank you so much to our friends at Gunnar. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We're going to say goodbye to the folks that are watching on the Gunnar website and over there. And I'm going to set up a raid for those of you that are still over here on Twitch. We're going to get connected and raid you into...